Hi everyone, let's look at my one and only low time frame scenario at the moment, which is the bearish one, because basically all the bullish ones have been invalidated by price going to the downside. And even though the higher time frame counts do have some bullish ones in them, I'm going to show them tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central East European time for the weekly high time frame and macro updates. On the low time frame, we're looking at this to be a 1-2, another 1-2 for then a bigger 3 to the downside. Volume wise, this works very well. If we look at the 4 hour, you can see volume is increasing with the move to the downside. Also on the 1 hour, you can see the average volume over here is much higher than it was over here as well, which is what you want to see in this particular scenario, where this wave 3 in yellow, being a wave 3 of a wave 3, should be the most impulsive wave. Now currently as it stands, this wave 3 went past the 1.618 and past the wave 2 extension, or the 2 extension here as well, taken from the high to the low of 1 to the high of wave 2, which is exactly what you want to see in an impulsive structure to the downside. Now this wave 2 over here was very short and deep. It retraced to the 886, which is a rare target for a wave 2. And therefore, we are basically waiting for a wave 4 that is a little bit longer and shallow, because yeah, we did have a range here and a bit of a range here. So maybe this one over here, for example, maybe this was the low of 3. This is then, I don't know, maybe here wave 4, and this move down is already wave 5. Yeah, that's possible, but as long as we don't get any confirmation in a little bit of a longer range, which can then either be a blue 4 or the yellow 4, we just have to wait and see how far price is going to go. Because if this is such an impulsive move to the downside, which of course by now is very likely, it's also the only scenario I have at the moment, wave 3 can extend massively. And I've been saying it in many videos already, when price was here, when price was wherever, that you don't really want to catch a wave 3 because you just don't know how far it is gonna go. Like catching a wave 3 is catching a knife, and in trading that is very dangerous. Of course you have to follow your own plan, but trying to catch the low of a wave 3 is usually not that great of an idea. So yeah, we went past the 1.618, which is a minimum target usually for a wave 3 then in a very extended structure, which is absolutely fine. This is what you want to see. And then the question is, might this be the low? Well, at least what we can confirm is that there is a little bit of support at this area. I do have a target box here with a daily naked point of control, a range point of control, and a daily at this area. So the range of point of control is from this small range over here. And yeah, at least that will offer a little bit of support. The question is, will it be enough for then a range throughout the weekend? And maybe even longer than the weekend, instead of having a 2-day range, maybe a little bit longer to more or less like confirm this wave 4. Also, we went through the wide target box. We did have at least a little bit of a bounce or support, but yeah, nothing great, of course. We then pushed through the downside, where now this target area can act as resistance. That's the reason why it's still on my chart, because now this could be resistance. And if we look at a potential wave 4, what we're also looking for is the extensions, because a wave 4 usually retraces to at least the 0.236 and most commonly the 382 or the 0.5. And if we look at these very, let's say, shallow ranges that we already had, let's just have a look, right? So we have to pull a fib from the high of 2 to then the lows. And if we then go for a wave 4 with an extended 3, which actually I should, let me undo this one over here, and actually I should take at least this low, because as mentioned, the wave 3 should usually, especially in a bearish scenario that is impulsive, hit the 1.618. So let's start with this low over here. And as you can see right now, the little retracement that we had, the little range that we had, did not at all get close to the 0.236. Now, a minimum target for a wave 4, which actually is very rare, is the 0.146, which has been hit. But because it is so rare for a wave 4, I don't really like to have it on my chart and make this a wave 4 as it stands now. I'm waiting for a bit of a move further to the upside. So yeah, we didn't hit the 0.236, 382 or 0.5. So, okay, let's continue to the downside then. This one over here, well, this move up also didn't reach the 0.236. And where we are now, well, at least we can see that the 0.236 is inside the wide target area for some extra resistance, just in case price is going to move to the upside. The 382 is here as well. And if I open my naked point of controls, you can see that around the 0.5, we do have a daily naked point of control of this area. And also we have a naked point of control of this area, which I actually didn't put on my chart just yet. So yeah, there is some interesting confluences in this particular scenario, but then again, we have to wait and see when this wave 3 is in, for then a wave 4, then another wave 5, and that wave 5 in yellow isn't going to end wave 3, then we have a 4 in blue, and then eventually another wave 5 in blue as it stands now, where for me, also on the higher time frame, a very important target box is the yellow one over here, with actually many confluences, very important target box between 24.3k and 24.9k. So also on the high time frame, which I will show you at the video tomorrow at the 7 p.m. Central East European time, this is a very important target box for the higher time frame scenarios, both bullish and bearish. So this is definitely one you want to keep your eye on. Between all the target boxes I've shown, this is by far the most important for the higher time frame scenarios. So yeah, this is what I wanted to explain to you. We're basically looking at a downside structure, and we have to wait and see when we finally get that range. For now, it's weekend. Make sure to touch the grass this weekend, get out, have fun, and I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the macro and high time frame video of last week if you're interested. And for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I will see you at the next one. Bye bye.